Lara and
Hey,
Tiffany
hey.
here with the Grace and Grit Collective. And on this video, we are going to be explaining kind of who we are, what Grace and Grit means to us, and what you can expect from our community. So, Tiff, take it away.
I am Tiffany, and I live in Southern Arizona. I am originally a Washingtonian from Washington State, and yes, I love the sunshine. Thank you very much. But I am 40, and I've been married for January will be 15 years, and we've raised four kiddos. I've got two biological kids left at home. Everybody else has grown up, moved away. But um, no, life is crazy and chaotic. We are a jujitsu family. My husband is a brown belt. I'm a purple belt, and both of my little kids are gray belts. And we do jujitsu like 4 to 5 days a week. My husband and I both help coach the kids' classes. I'm a homeschool mama. My older kids went to public school, and both of my little kids have done both. They've been in public school and homeschool. I was homeschooled my whole way through, and I went to a community college. I am a professional community college dropout. Thank you very much. I I helped run we had a feed and farm supply store up in Washington for about 23 years. And I helped run that with my parents, and my kids were actually sixth generation to work there. And now I work for a high-end dog and cat food, dog and cat pet franchise. So I get to travel all over the United States and I help other people open their stores. So I get to work from home there. I love fitness. I love nutrition. Um, and I'm just really passionate about like holistic living, getting the chemicals out of our homes, out of our bodies, cooking from scratch. I am a label reading, make my own stuff at home type of crunchy mom. And I'm a crunchy mom who also appreciates hairspray and a lip stain. So there you have
I
it.
love that.
But yeah, it's just I have a little mini farm. I love to garden, horses, goats, chickens, those sort of things. And this next year, I'm going to be spending a lot more time with my critters because they bring me joy. Darn it, I'm going to be spending a lot more time outside with them.
I love
That's
that.
me in a nutshell. My husband's a firefighter, and yeah, we just live our little crazy lives and pretty blessed.
I love that. Thank you for sharing.
Yes.
Um, my name's Lara, and I am 45. I am a newlywed. So I've only been married for like a month and a half and I love it. But I will be honest and transparent as we will always be in our channel. And this is my third marriage. And that's actually used to bring me a lot of shame to say. But I've made peace with that. I got married very, very young to my first husband who didn't come home from Iraq okay and had to deal with a lot of stuff from that. And wasn't walking with Jesus when I married my second husband, and that wasn't healthy either. And so I spent a lot of time just I came back to the Lord. I picked up jujitsu, I went to therapy, coaching, and I did the work and met the love of my life. And he is wonderful. And we are married and we both love Jesus. And we are just so focused on it's his third marriage also, so we have a joke, third time's a charm. And I hope that anyone who's listening who maybe has a preconceived notion about Christian wives, like if you are somebody who also was divorced, maybe you were or weren't walking with Jesus, like there's no shame. Like Jesus meets us at the well. I always think of that story where he meets the woman at the well. And gives her peace and offers us a chance to walk with him. And so my husband and I now absolutely both love Jesus. We wake up and spend time with the Lord together every single day. I have two grown boys. They are 28 and 22. I had them very young and can't believe they're already out of the house. They're both wildland firefighters, and I'm so proud of them for that. That they've chased their dreams and their hearts, and they're beautiful young men who also walk with Jesus. So the three of us are very close, and with the addition of my husband, the four of us are very close, and I love my family. And I want this year to learn how to become the best woman that God made me to
Yeah.
be and how to be a wife. And I'm in a new chapter of
Mhm.
parenting adult children and what's that look like
Yeah.
and helping them. They don't really have a biological dad in their life, so I've always been mom and dad. And they live in Washington State. I was in Southern Arizona. That's how Tiff and I know each other, but I live in Southern California now, where I actually grew up, so kind of back home. And I am a certified trauma-informed coach. My heart and passion is just helping people move forward in their lives through whatever it is they've experienced. And I also own my own virtual assisting business, where I am really passionate about helping startups get going and figure out, or small businesses, like how can they grow to the next level. I also love riding horses. I'm a blue belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I am passionate about hiking, being outside, trail running. I'm kind of a wild one, and a couple friends and I here have decided we're going to pick up spear fishing in the ocean and
Love
learn
it.
how to spearfish and underwater spearfishing. And yeah, I love just getting dirty, and I also, like Tiffany, love curling my hair and putting on lipstick and trying on dresses and being, kind of like just delving into the feminine side as well. I love cooking, I love baking, I love growing my own food and plants. Both of us just got a book called the Home Apothecary. There's like 250 recipes on things to make. We're really both passionate about natural living and just kind of the forgotten medicine that God has already put in the world around us. So that's kind of me in a nutshell. And my question to you is, what does grace and grit mean to you?
Grace and grit to me is, well, grace is like, I've definitely learned over the years, and both of us have like grown adult kids, so going through the teen years, it's a joke. Like people say, oh, as they get older, it will get easier. We're not gonna lie to you. Okay, that's false.
Bigger kid, bigger the problem. That's what I always
Okay,
hear.
great. But like grace for your season, because there's so many different seasons in our lives. We have to have grace for the season of life that we're in.
I love
We
that.
have to have grace for our family and our homes. We have to have grace for ourselves. That one's really, really hard for me. As I'm sure it is for most women. Um, a grace to allow ourselves to go through the progress and to not judge ourselves according to perfection,
Yeah.
right? Like the grace into things, and then also just in her grace and beauty, you'll see me 75% of the time in a messy bun and leggings and a hoodie sweatshirt. Um, because I love to work out. I'm a homeschool mom and I work from home, but I also like to not smell bad and look like a homeless person when my husband gets off shift and comes home, even though like this morning when he came home to a homeless person. But like there's such a balance. And I think
Yeah.
one thing that Laura and I really agree on is femininity does not equal being fragile or weak. Femininity is it's like a spirit about you.
Mhm.
It's clinging to the woman that God created, that he knit from Adam's rib. He needed to create something separate from Adam in order to make it good. And that is so our heart's desire, that we can be our husband's helpmates, not our husband's weakness.
Yes,
And
love that.
I just that's really the grace side of things. And then the grit side, I mean, come on, girl. That's that's where we're like, we love jujitsu. If you don't do jujitsu, I'll be honest, you won't understand. But as soon as you do, it's an addiction, it's a sickness. Okay. We love to go around on the mats and get
True.
disgusting sweaty. And it's the challenge, that mental and physical challenge that you get
Mhm.
to overcome every single day. They say you're either the hammer or you're the nail. Girl, I am so good at being that nail, just
Too.
getting
Me
driven into the
too.
mat. I love the grit of lifting heavy weights. I love to challenge myself and see how far I can push my body. I love to dig in the dirt. I love to know, and this is a mindset that I am totally altering because I believe it is not biblical and I believe it's of the world and disgusting. But that whole idea that we have where you want to, um, and it's kind of like that feminist movement that we're not going to dig in, but I'm going to want my man, not need a man, so I can do everything on my own. Well, I'll tell you right now, I need my man. Okay, I'll be the first one to tell you
Ooh,
I need
I
my man.
love that.
And it's because of the balance that he brings in my life. Not necessarily because I always need him to do masculine things around the home, but because I need the balance that he brings in my life. And being, he was military, Laura can attest to this. Her kids, her boys are firefighters. My husband's a firefighter. He's gone a lot. And so through that, I've really learned to be an independent woman. And sometimes it's toxic, right? That independentness that we get can really be toxic. I remember when he came home from the military, and it was toxic because I had spent 8 months doing everything by myself with our oldest daughter, and it was just her and I was like, I don't need a man, and it's gross. It's gross.
Wow.
So
It's a protective mechanism, I feel
it
like.
is. Yeah, it's like that instant wall that we just put up, and I don't want to be her. And I can see her rise up on me in different times, especially when he's not my favorite person in that moment, where I'm like, don't need him, and it's
Ooh,
not it. But the
got it.
gritty side really is just being willing to get out there and just push yourself, your mind, your
Yeah.
emotions, your body to its limits.
I love
What is
it.
it for you, Laura? Talk to me.
So I like think of the grace part similar to you. Like to me, it's like God gives us grace.
Hmm.
Like God gives us grace for all the times we fall down, and we need
Yeah,
to give ourselves that grace
yeah,
in our life because we are learning and we are trying and we are humans. We are not robots. We are not perfect. And at the same time, I also associate grace and like with like graceful. Like I want to be graceful. I want to, like you said, I want to smell good. I want like my nails aren't always done. They're not done right now. Like jujitsu nails, like you cannot have
okay.
nails and do jujitsu, but like, I like to keep some fresh makeup on or touch up my lipstick or put on a cute, top when my husband's coming home. I like to be feminine in a lot of different ways. And I also like to be gritty. I like to just like you said, rolling jujitsu is probably my favorite thing in the world. It's like I love combat sports. I have this feistiness inside of me. I'm like this warrior part of me that I'm like, I want to get dirty. I want to get sweaty. I love off-roading my vehicle. I love gardening. I used to live on a farm where I learned all about cactus and succulents and like I love wrangling the horses and there's something about like going into the mountains and trail running, going and getting, just getting dirty. I love
Um,
it. And a lot of times in life, I felt like I was a weird girl.
yeah.
A lot of times in life. And I'm like, I know if somebody can relate to this, like, please go right now to our school group and join our free reset and
Mhm.
link to that video in this description too. But like, I felt like alone for a lot of my years because I wasn't the girl that wanted to wear cute shoes. I wasn't the girl. I don't even own a purse. I'll be right honest with you. I don't even own a purse. Look at I'm so functional. I keep all my stuff in my phone case. I'm like, why would I want to carry a purse and lose it? Right? Like I have a day pack. I have two different types of day packs that can fit my phone and my water bottles. Like I'm just always felt like I was a little different and a little odd and like a tomboy, right? And to me, other women like me has been, and I really didn't meet women like me until I started jujitsu. And then it was like, oh my gosh, I'm not alone. There's other women that want to do things like archery or learning how to bow hunt or learning how to fish or camping. I love camping. I love
Yes,
backpacking. I love
yes.
sweaty. But going back to that grace part, I also like to clean up and I also
Mhm.
like to look feminine and beautiful. And I'm learning all the time about being more respectful to my husband. Like, what does that mean to be submissive, right? And I think about all these ways that God made us. Like, God made us all different, right? But to know that there's other women like me who, like, wow, I'm actually not alone. There's other women who want to be feminine and soft and also tough and gritty? So that's what grace and grit means to me. My mom, when I was young, used to always tell me and my sisters, be like steel magnolias. It's like beautiful on the outside, but tough on the inside. And she didn't mean like a hardness of like you were saying, like, I don't need a man, because
Mhm.
that is to me, the grace part is like, I also need my man. He's my leader. Jesus is my leader, right? Like I cannot do it on my own. I don't want to do it on my own. And yeah, so to me, grace and grit is just actually pretty complex and beautiful and helps me remember I'm not alone. I'm not the only woman that has this kind of duality to her. Like I could go to a heavy metal show and I could go to an opera. I could go run in a mountain and climb a tree and like geek out on all the plants in the forest. And I could go and have like a dinner date and put on red lipstick and heels, you know? Like it's like I feel like grace and grit is like the duality that lives in women like us. Like we kind of
Yeah.
embody that grace and that grit. And I know that we are hoping to find other women like us. We're like, we want to create this and find a community of women who we want to be friends with, who are also
Yes.
like, am I weird? No, you're not. You're not weird if you don't want to decorate. You're not weird if you don't like pumpkin spice lattes, or whatever it might be, whatever we think the world tells us that we need to be doing. You're not weird. Join us. Every Sunday, we're going to be posting new videos, whether it's about frugality, homemaking, recipes. Tiffany is really passionate and has a lot of knowledge, not just about physical health and nutrition, but like making a sourdough starter, like making chemical-free cleaning products. Like I'm super passionate about like the plants. Like I could forage in the desert and find an entire meal for my family to eat for a week. It's like there's so many interesting things we want to talk about on top of what does it mean to be a Proverbs 31 woman? What does it mean to be a woman after God's heart? What does it mean to be our husband's helpmate, to love well? So those are the things we'll be talking about on this YouTube channel. And then we also have our school group, and we'll be offering that free reset that is linked in this video. Join us for a reset on your life. And that's all offered for free in our school group. And then do you want to start to talk about what else we're going to be offering in school?
Yes. So, in our school group, we have Laura and I are just passionate about so many different things, but yet a lot of the same things.
Mhm.
We're
Yes.
totally like kindred spirits, and I absolutely am
Yes.
obsessed with her. So it's going to be so fun. But both of us being homeschool mamas, obviously, we're going to have some really cool different content. I cannot wait for Laura to teach you guys and me how to forage, how to go through and like rock hound. My son, who's 10, is so passionate about rocks and minerals. And we love to just learn how to live off the land. And so, I mean, we're going to be diving in and doing stuff like that. The simple things of making your own laundry detergent that really works.
I
And
want
that
to
is
know that.
and it's so cheap and easy too, right? So saving money and making things that aren't hormone disruptors and causing more chemical imbalances in our bodies and um diving into just some stuff about nutrition, and moving our bodies and lifting heavy things and just the stuff that entails us getting to really push ourselves to be like our best, our best. Like, and then quick and easy, fun, good, make meals at home, balanced meals. Like, her and I could share some recipes once in a while that are big hits in our homes at the time, different recipes on how to do. I mean, I make all my own like skincare stuff, my body oils and my face serums and things like that. So we'll be sharing those things. And then also just what does it look like to be a housewife, a house mama, to be a good keeper of the home that God's blessed you with. And what I love is that as we're sharing these things, it's because we're growing together with you. So please don't ever think for a half a second that Laura and Tiffany have it all together.
We do.
We're just two hot mess women who are diligently chasing after the face of God to become the women that we hear God saying that He created us to be.
Yeah.
And we desire that for you. And I believe that we're the heart of our homes. The wife, the mom, the dog mom, whoever you are, you're the heart of your home. Even if you're a single woman who you're looking to move into that stage of your life where maybe you're a young woman or maybe you're dating somebody, but you want to figure this out before you're in the scruff of it, like, man, how much would that have transformed our lives Wow.
Yes. If somebody,
If
right?
I knew then what I
Yes.
know now,
Yes.
you know? And
100%. There's sometimes I think that with my kids that are, grown, and I'm like, I had my children so young, but I'm like, I wish I had known. I didn't have anyone to even talk to about this stuff. And I got saved initially when I was 21, and I can remember just like how much I wished an older woman would kind of have mentored me because I
yeah.
just always felt like I was comparing myself to other women. Like, oh, I'm not as good a Christian. I'm not as good as a wife. I'm not, like I just didn't know. And so that's
Right.
part of it too. And that's why I'm like, I think our school group's going to be amazing because we'll have the free reset.
Mhm.
Tell us your wins, ask us your questions, like what do you want to know about? And then we'll have like the actual community. And as Tiffany said, there's going to be like homeschool curriculum in there. We're going to have talks on relationships. We're going to have classes that we will slowly be adding in there, whether it's on recipes and cooking or running your home or, I'm always really passionate too about the mental health aspect of things. Like, you know, um, I think it's important to kind of like learn how to like be emotionally, what's the word? It's like, I like to say this a lot. Like, I think for us women, it's important to learn how to be, like have emotional control, like learn emotional control, right? And how does it all relate back to God? Like, so everything, we're going to offer Bible studies once a week as well. And then once a month, we'll be doing a seminar with live coaching on something. And usually it'll hopefully be a topic that you guys help us decide. What does the collective want to learn about this month? Is it homeschooling? Is it keeping your home? Is it live coaching on marriage and relationships? So we are so beyond excited and hopeful that this becomes a movement. If you are hearing this and you know of other women who are kind of like us or like you and you're resonating, head on over to school and join our group and tune in every Sunday here for another video that we'll be releasing.
But we're so excited. And just like to chime in, the reset, it's a 45-day challenge. And so it just gives us an incredible, beautiful opportunity to reset our lives, reset our minds, reset our homes, reset our bodies. And nothing better than a fresh start. Let's kick it off, especially now that it's the beginning of a new year. That's super exciting. Just a reset, a restart, a fresh beginning. I think we're all here for it.
Yes. Yes. Thank you so much for joining us. Hit subscribe, pass us on to anyone you think would resonate, and we are so excited to keep digging in with you.
Thank you.